So welcome, ladies, and there are a few gents in the room, so I want to welcome you here. My name is Melissa Furman. I'm a National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach, and for the next 20 minutes, we're going to talk about healthy weight management at any age. This is going to be a look at a full circle strategy to optimal health. So first, I just want to mention that this is informational and not meant to diagnose, treat, or recommend any specific methodology for your specific situation, so please talk to your healthcare provider for your specific and unique situation. So it may not be a surprise to you to know that the U.S. Surgeon General has issued the country's #1 concern as weight and obesity. So what's the cause of this national concern? Food. What is the solution to this national concern? Food. We heard Dr. Clapper talk about this morning. He says it's the food. More specifically, it's the nutrition. 6 in 10 adult Americans have one chronic disease, and 4 in 10 have more than one chronic disease, and it's the food. T. Colin Campbell is one of the pioneers in the whole food plant-based movement, and he says this: a good diet is the most powerful weapon that we have against disease and sickness. And I think many of us in this room, and myself included, couldn't agree more. So today we're going to talk about 3 objectives on healthy weight management at any age. The first is a mindset shift. This is often overlooked, and I think some of our presenters have really brought some great information about mindset shifts today. Key food concepts. We're going to talk about some practical, healthy weight management concepts that we can take home tonight and start as early as tonight. And then lastly, we're going to talk about overcoming obstacles for sustainable success. These are keys to moving forward. No matter where you are right now today, these are keys to moving forward. So I hope this slide doesn't give you anxiety, because you might identify with some of these characters on this screen. Women do their best. We do our best. We wear so many hats. We are stressed. We're at the end of the day. We're just tired. And the last thing we want to do is to cook broccoli, right? We want to go to the drive-thru. We want some quick solutions. We're confused of conflicting information, what's healthy and what's not. So today we're going to talk about that. And the first way we're going to do that is through a mindset shift. Most companies and organizations, they have what's called a vision statement. Sometimes they put it on the wall of their organizations. This is their aim. This is what their companies work towards. If you want success, you have to have an aim. And you also have to have the right tools. And you have to take the shot. So what's your future vision? What is your vision for your organization, your body, your health? When I work with clients, we often talk about, what is your wellness vision? We'll sit together, we'll look into the future. What does your future look like? 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, 10 years down the road? Where do you want to be? And then we work together, make those goals, take the aim, and we work towards that. And then we write the wellness vision in present tense. We want to talk about it like it's already happening. So I ask you today, what is your wellness vision? Oftentimes when I work with clients, especially new clients, we also talk about the wellness wheel. So this is that full circle strategy for overall health and wellness. And when I was in training at the Dr. Sears Wellness Institute, we talked about lean lifestyle. The lean lifestyle is an acronym. It has many parts to it, as you can see in the colorful parts of this wheel. But the lean lifestyle really boils it down to these 4 pillars. You'll hear about pillars and lots of different strategies and different acronyms for it, but it kind of all boils down to the same thing. But here we talk about lean lifestyle. And that the L stands for lifestyle. How do we live? What are our habits? What are our behaviors? E is exercise. How do we move? How often do we move? A is attitude. How do we think? How do we manage stress? How do we work on our sleep? And nutrition. How do we eat? How do we nourish our bodies? And that's where we're going to spend some time today, is talking mostly about nutrition. So when I work with my clients and we work on this wellness vision and we rate and we make little pin dots on how we're doing in the different areas. And if you have a flat tire, if you need areas of work, that's your circle's not going to be smooth. And that's where we focus a lot of our work. But today we're going to talk a little bit more about nutrition. And when we shift our mindset and we work on our healthy living lifestyle, our lean lifestyle, we're shifting our behaviors, our habits, and we feel like we're on top of the world. The first habit and the mindset shift is moving from that standard American diet or standard Western diet, as Dr. Clapper called it, and moving towards a nutrient-dense diet, a plant-centric diet. A standard American diet, as you may have heard throughout the day, is full of processed food, highly palatable food, full of fat and salt and sugar. On the other side of that coin is a nutrient-dense lifestyle, a nutrient-dense plate, nutrient-dense food, full of phytochemicals, antioxidants, lots of things to nourish the body. So with that mindset shift and shifting towards the plant-centric diet, you're going to see healthy weight management just naturally happen. T. Colin Campbell's a real big champion on this next mindset, and we're moving from a reductionist mindset to a holistic mindset. What does that mean? Our society is built on a reductionist mindset. One pill for one problem, one exercise for everything. Yeah, those kinds of things help, but that's not the point. The point is that holistic mindset, the lean lifestyle. Holistic means all of those parts working together. Remember that wellness wheel, working together. Another mindset, creating a virtuous cycle. You've heard of a vicious cycle, right? A virtuous cycle, one step at a time. We have big goals. That wellness vision may seem far away and hard to achieve, but if we can achieve one step at a time, 1% at a time, you're going to make it. And when we have our wellness vision at the top of that mountain, at the top of that staircase, we will achieve it one step at a time. Now you might be saying, oh my gosh, Melissa, I'm lost. I feel like I'm swimming upstream. Life is crazy. I don't have a paddle to swim up that stream. I just wish I had a road map to help me reach my destination. And that's when support comes in. It's okay to ask for support. It might look different between you and your next door neighbor, and that's great. Everybody has different types of support needs. Finding support in like-minded community like here at this retreat, maybe a spouse, a friend, a neighbor, maybe an online support group. Support comes in lots of different forms, but it's okay to ask for support because they have your best interests in mind. So it's not your fault. You do have control over your health more than you're told. Healthy habits, lean lifestyle, they all fall in together in a healthy mindset. I want to introduce you to Marta. We're going to call her Marta for privacy reasons. And she's one of my favorite case studies. This was one of my clients who came to me. She is in her early 60s. Her nephrologist recommended that she work with me as a health coach. And we worked together for 6 weeks. She had a list of health concerns that she wanted. One of them was healthy weight management. She wanted to lose weight. And we worked together. She was highly motivated. She was only in her early 60s. She had adult children and grandchildren. She really looked forward to spending more time with them. I'll talk to you about Martha in just a little bit and how she did, because she integrated her healthy mindset and she integrated healthy food concepts, and that's what we're going to talk about next. So how do we manage our weight healthfully? We're going to focus on 4 things, focusing on fiber. We're going to focus on calorie density, nutrient density, and finally, changing those behaviors and those habits. So first, focusing on fiber. You've heard it throughout the day. You've heard it through Dr. Clapper. Whole food plant-based diet, filled with lots of phytochemicals and antioxidant, anti-inflammatory compounds. These are your whole food, fruits, vegetables, grains, beans, nuts, seeds. And I have news for you. Only plants have fiber. So when we focus on fiber, we're focusing on getting more plants in our diet. We're also looking at reducing the amount of low fiber and no fiber foods. And the low fiber foods are those that are highly refined, manufactured in a plant. They may or may not be a plant, but they're manufactured in a plant. Fast food, junk food, highly processed foods. No fiber foods, meat, dairy, cheese, eggs, fat, oil, sugar. So how much fiber do we need? The United States dietary recommendation is 14 grams per 1,000 calories. Now, if you talk to whole food plant-based advocates and doctors and nutritionists, they recommend about 20 grams per 1,000 calories. And you can see on the chart briefly, Americans aren't really getting that much. Our second food concept is calorie density. When we're eating unprocessed whole foods, we're getting lots of nutrients. We're going to talk about nutrients here in a second, but they're naturally low in calories. We're talking about dark green leafy vegetables, beans, legumes, whole grains, getting those right fats that some of our speakers have talked about, those omega-3 fatty acids in whole food form. I think on another slide I have a ratio of omega-6 fatty acids to omega-3 fatty acids, and it's probably going to astonish you. Getting lower calorie drinks, some of those are hidden calories. Drinking water, unsweet teas, avoiding sugary beverages. Again, omitting and limiting highly processed foods, refined grains, trans fats like your fried foods, saturated fats that are found in meat, dairy, cheese, oils, reducing oils in your diet, even sautéing or salad dressing. Sometimes oils are hidden. And getting empty calories, so sodas, sweet teas, energy drinks, eliminating or avoiding those or reducing them helps. Something to keep in mind is reducing the diet by the calorie count by 500 calories a day, every day of a week, will probably result in 1 to maybe 2 pounds of weight loss. And 1 to 2 pounds a week is a healthy rate of weight loss. That is a good way to help sustain your weight loss and keep it off for the long term. This is a diagram that I borrowed from my Second Youth Wellness Method program. It gives you a visual on what 500 calories in the stomach looks like. So on the left, you can see fruits and vegetables are filling the stomach up. Our stretch receptors are saying, thank you, that's enough. And that's 500 calories of fruits and vegetables. As you go to the right of the screen, you'll notice that meat, cheese, and oil doesn't fill the stomach up very much. So 500 calories isn't very filling in your stomach, so what do? You're still hungry. You want to eat more food. Nutrient density. You've heard it again today. You've heard eat the rainbow. We're not talking about those candy-colored, I'm not going to use the brand name, right? And that comes in the bag. They're so pretty. That's not what we're talking about. All of the colors of the rainbow, lots of different colorful fruits and vegetables, all indicate different types of nutrients that you're feeding the body, you're bathing the body with. Plant proteins. I brought a prop. So I wanted to show you, Houston Microgreens is my new best friend out in the lobby. Believe it or not, these are I think I bought the pea shoots. These are 25%, 20 to 25% protein. Did you know that? So when you start to integrate that more into your diet, you're increasing the amount of protein. You can also get them in pumpkin seeds, legumes, tofu products like tempeh, whole foods, fruits, vegetables, they all have protein, lots of phytonutrients, getting those healthy fats. Here's that ratio. The average American gets 25 to 1 omega-6 to omega-3 fatty acids. We really need 2 to 1 ratio. That's a huge difference. Getting that nitric oxide, eating foods, especially your dark green leafy vegetables, getting that nitric oxide working in your body as a vasodilator that increases your mobility, lessens the stiffness, makes your body full of oxygen and nutrients from tip to toe. Herbs and spices are often overlooked, and they create lots of antioxidants in the body, and bathing our body with that. Herbs and spices not only do that, They help us with our satisfaction of our foods. Omitting and limiting anything with a mother, eyes, or that poops. It's kind of a good rule of thumb. So that would include dairy cheese. It's highly saturated in fat, salt, cholesterol. And if those of you who haven't read The Cheese Trap by Dr. Neil Barnard, I highly recommend it. Will change your life. Will change how you look at cheese. Oils are 100% fat. They have 9 calories per gram versus proteins and carbohydrates have 4 calories per gram. So you can see that oils are more than double the amount of calories. So when we have oil in our diet, we're increasing the amount of calories. Added sugars. The American Heart Association recommends 6 teaspoons or less of sugar, processed sugars, for women daily. The average person consumes 17 a day, and as you can see, very popular food items on the screen. Foods are packed with sugar, and that's hidden, and it's destroying our health. We want to change our behaviors and our habits through things like grazing, eating mini meals throughout the day, or what I call the sipping solution. You can enjoy a nice big green smoothie with some plant protein powder in it in the morning, sip on it throughout the morning and maybe throughout the day, and have a nice full plant healthy meal at the end of the day. Watch how food is prepared. Sometimes that's the hidden parts of where some of this stuff gets us. Salad dressings, toppings for the baked potato, things like that. Read your product labels. The back of the label is where the good stuff is. The list of ingredients. Look for things that you might not want in your diet. And typically, ingredient lists that have 10 or less ingredients are the ones that you really want to choose. Portion control. This picture on the screen is, again, from my program called the Second Youth Wellness Method. It just shows you that half your plates, fill it with lots of whole, plate full of vegetables, and 25% whole grains, plant proteins. Be consistent and prioritize yourself. So this is how we can manage our weight healthfully. And I like to use the analogy of a volume dial on your radio. If you turn up the volume, it gets really loud. If you turn up the volume on all of these whole food plant-based strategies, you're most likely going to benefit in a loud way. If you turn up the volume a little bit, you'll enjoy some smaller benefits. The choice is yours and you have control. Quickly, here's Marta. We worked together for 6 weeks. She started a little bit before me, eating more whole food plant-based diet. And by week 5, she was off of one of her blood pressure medicines, and she already was looking forward to getting rid of her other 2 medicines. And she came to me with some goals, but she also experienced some other benefits, such as better sleep, less aches and pains, better mood, and she liked her new food. And here's the kicker. She lost 20 pounds. In less than 5 months. She's down 3 sizes. The joy that Marta has is absolutely amazing. So real quick, we're going to talk about overcoming obstacles, because let's face it, life is crazy. We'll have obstacles coming at us all over the place. We might have slow weight loss. We're bored with our food. We are craving. We go into our old unhealthy habits. We have resistance from family members. The list goes on. So how do we overcome them? Create a healthy 360 environment. Set yourself up for success. Be prepared. Plan ahead. Educate yourself. Know your food. Do your research. Read. Know your food. Know what you're putting in your body. And give yourself grace. And we're going to finish up with some practical strategies that you can take home today. Remember that staircase, that mountain, one step at a time? Pick one thing and focus on that this week and do that and repeat it and then take the next step. Maybe make a list of some favorites, favorite foods, favorite recipes, favorite restaurants. So it's easy for you just to refer to that. Cook with the family, engage them in the kitchen. Stay strong and consistent. Be positive. Role model this for your family members. Remember Marta? Her daughter, who worked together with me because she was my translator, she too was engaging in some of the same the same food changes, and she too dropped weight. And she was doing it not even as much as Marta, but she still got benefits. So give yourself grace, turn up the volume as much as you're willing to, and just keep going. Give it time. Some other practical strategies: batch cook, prep cook, use the salad bar method, lay it all out, let people pick and choose what they want. Snack on raw vegetables. Again, the blue zones, we're talking about the blue zones again. Eat until you're 80% full. This is an Okinawan concept called Hari Hachibu. Keep track of your progress. Keep track of what you're eating. Build an archive of favorites. We talked about that. And here's the kicker. This strategy is the same for any age. There may be some nuances depending on if we're in midlife or starting our families, but the same concepts hold true. So again, back to Marta. I already outlined some of the benefits that she had. The list was more than she anticipated. It was amazing. And what's really cool is that she's already looking forward to a bright new future because of what she eats. So I ask you today, what's your wellness vision? What are you working towards? You have the right tools right now with you. Everything that you've learned at this retreat, take those home with you and keep repeating them and go for your wellness goal. Go for your wellness vision because you're worth it. Thank you.